Hey everybody, it's time for another episode of Fan Mail Friday. We have some mail here, maybe about 10 packages or so not a real long video tonight. Also, I just wanted to show you that the case breaks that we've done the last 2 weeks are all sorted out. Some of you might wonder, like, what's it look like when you're done sorting all this stuff? What I do is I go team by team and put them in team bags. Like, there's the second pack of the Yankees, and I have the hits there and the top loaders. I always put a number because sometimes there's multiple team bags, and I line them up by division so that I can find each team quickly. This is all the Donruss from break C. Then we have all these heritage breaks here. You can see, like, for example, there's Jake Bauers with the Rays, but there's like 3,000 heritage cards. Just had tons of cards. Inception, you can see here. There's Inception break A all ready to go. Donruss break D. I have these by league. Got American League there, National League there. Some more Inception. This is Inception break B. Then from March 20th, I still have some opening day that I still need to ship out from break A, break B, and also there's some Diamond Kings in there along with Inception C. So altogether, you're looking at approximately 13,000 cards that I've had to sort out. And that's why sometimes it takes me so long to respond to your fan mail responses. I'm not trying to ignore anybody. I do hope to be able to respond to everybody as soon as possible. I might not get to it until I'm off work for the summer in early June, but I am trying my best. I promise that I will write back to everyone that has requested something back as long as I have a note and your address still. So with that said, in today's video, I'm going to go through my predictions for the MLB season by division while I open up these packages. So let's do this. Okay, our first package on this Fan Mail Friday comes from T. Is that Black or Block? I can't tell, but let's check it out. From Virginia. Just one card and no note. There's no note here at all. And it looks like it's a really old vintage card from the, is that 50, what year is that? That is nice. Check it out, Pittsburgh Pirates team card. I want to say it's 52 or 50, no, it's not. I'm not sure exactly what year this is from. It might be 57 tops. At first, I thought it was a 52 tops, but then I put a modern card over it, and it's the same size as a modern card. So I'm guessing 57 tops without the year on there. I'm not exactly sure, though, but that is really, really awesome. Pittsburgh Pirates team card. Thank you so much, T. Block or Black. Really appreciate the Pirates card. Starting us off with an old card. I love the older cards from the 50s, 60s, and 70s. Our next package is from, it's kind of wrinkled up there, Daniel Nowlin. This looks like a pretty thick envelope here. I'm glad that it made it in one piece and didn't get ripped up by the sorting machine. Looks like we have some cards from the 90s. Also an Elias Diaz rookie card in there, which is a nice one. Pirates backup catcher. Also, one of my favorite players on the Pirates. We have some more Pirates cards from 2016. Jeff Locke. Bunch of multiples there. I was thinking that maybe I should start taking all these Pirates cards that people send me and take them down to PNC Park and just give them away to folks, because I have so many of them. Here's some Pokemon cards for Olivia. Put those aside for her. She's asleep right now. Some more Pirates cards from the 80s and 90s. And Neil Walker, he's on the Marlins now. And that is it for the cards. And the note says, hey, Mr. Jabs, love your channel. Hope to start my own one someday. I sent you a bunch of Pirates Pittsburgh area cards. I collect San Francisco Giants cards. If you have any extra Giants cards to send my way, thanks, Daniel. Daniel, that's a really nice note. Thank you so much. Also love requests like that where people request a team. It's a lot easier on me to fulfill than if somebody says, please send me a 1988 Felix Fermin or something like that. So really appreciate you taking it easy on me with that nice, simple request. So now I'm going to take a break and do a prediction here. I'm going to break this down by division. told you that I would give you my predictions for the 2019 season, and I've yet to do that. I just have not had time to make the video and everything. So here we go. We're going to start with the National League East, and that's going to be a tough one to call. The NL East, there are 4 really good teams. We'll start at the bottom. In last place, I'm predicting the Marlins come in last place. Of course, they are still rebuilding. I do like their catcher, Jorge Alfaro. He's on my fantasy team. I think he might pop 20 home runs this year. They have some older guys in there like Neil Walker, Starlin Castro, Curtis Granderson, who just did a home run tonight. I'm looking forward to see what Lewis Brinson has, the prospect that came over from the Brew Crew. He had kind of a rough season last year, hit under 200, so I'm hoping that he could turn it around. There's a few prospects around the majors that were supposed to be really good that have struggled. So we'll see if he can turn it around, but we will see. Marlins, I think, probably going to lose upper 90s, but, you know, they're rebuilding. I hope they make it back soon. In 4th place, I have the Mets. A lot of you like the Mets. Unfortunately, the Mets can never stay healthy. It's going to come down to the rotation. If they could get their rotation to stay healthy for 1 year, it would be nice if Syndergaard could have a full year with Wheeler and Matz and everything, but we will see. Jacob deGrom is pretty much money. Their team's a little bit older. Todd Frazier's older. Robbie Cano is older. Yoenis Cespedes is still injured, so I think the Mets, you know, might be around a 500 team. Still a good team. They're a really good team. They've got good players. Wilson Ramos, Ahmed Rosario, looking forward to what he can do. Jeff McNeil can bounce all over the diamond. Conforto is a great player. Nimmo is an on-base machine. So we will see what the Mets do. I'm thinking around 500. In 3rd place, I've got the Braves. I think the Braves might have overachieved a little bit last year. They are a little bit younger. I don't even think the Braves were expecting to win the division last year. But I think the Braves will come in 3rd place. I would like them to, I don't know, I'm not sure about their bullpen. I wish they would have done a little bit more this offseason. Josh Donaldson was a pretty good pickup. He's a good bounce-back candidate. As you know, he only hit like 2 home runs last year because he was hurt most of the season with that calf injury. But we'll see if he bounces back. I'm looking forward to Ronald Acuna Jr. and see if he could be a 30-30 guy. But we will see. And then next up, this is kind of surprising, the Nationals. Even though Bryce Harper's gone, I've got them in 2nd place, which means the Phillies are in 1st place. Yes, I've got the Phillies winning the division with Bryce Harper leading the way. That offense is really, really good. The Phillies picked up 3 All-Stars from last year's All-Star squad, and also Andrew McCutchen, who's a 2013 MVP. So their lineup from top to bottom is pretty much loaded. I also like their pitching staff. Aaron Nola is a beast. Jake Arrieta, if he can get back to how he was a couple years ago, he'll be fine. Nick Pivetta is looking possibly a breakout candidate there. You got at the back end, you got Sir Anthony Dominguez and David Robertson. I really like the Phillies this year. I think they take it, but these 3 teams I predict are going to be separated by no less than 5 games. It's going to be a battle all season long, and the Mets are going to be in the wild card hunt as well. So keep an eye out for this division. It's probably going to be one of the best in baseball, if not the best in baseball. So now back to Fan Mail Friday, and then I'll move on to the next division. Our next package comes from Davis. That's Tedster D. Tedster is a huge Ryan Sandberg fan. I do know that about him. Anytime I see a Ryan Sandberg card, I always think of Tedster and toss it aside just in case he would ever send me anything else, and he does. So I'm ready for you now, Tedster. Let's see what we have here. Inside, we have, what are these? Some nice photos. Like, these are like not quite 5x7s, maybe 4x6s or so. Those are pretty cool. And also a little pack of cards here in top loaders, taped down so they don't slide out. Let's check what we got here. J.D. Davis rookie card, J.P. Crawford, 2 of his rookies, Scott Kingery. Then we have a Padres prospect card and a Dustin Fowler, Paul Blackburn rookie stars card from 2018 Heritage. That's pretty cool. Let's check out Ted Sturdy's note. He writes, here are a few rookie cards and some postcards you may need to fill fan mail orders with. Please send me any Ryan Sandbergs past 1996. that you have or can find in return. Thanks, Tedster. Tedster, I will do my best to find some Ryan Sandbergs past 96, or I might send you, if I can find some oddball Sandberg cards from before 96 that you might not have. Every now and then I run across some weird Sandberg cards that aren't from like a regular release, like Topps Donruss Upper Deck Fleer. So I'll see what I have for you. Thank you very much for those cards. Next up, let's do this little note here, or card. No return address, but it comes from Phoenix, Arizona. Let's see what we got. Inside we have, I hope I didn't slice off the end of your return envelope. Might have just done that. Nope, it says April Fools with a laughing face. I suspected this might happen today. April Fools is only a few days away. It's on Monday. So we have our April Fools. Who do you think it is? John Wathan? I mean, I got John Wathan here helping me out a little bit. Wasn't hard to find this one. Just went up in my cupboard and grabbed a stack of 81 Donruss. And this was literally like every third card was a John Wathan card. Also, John Wathan played everywhere. Catcher, first base, outfield, manager. He could do it all. Let's see what we got here. It is a John Wathan. Yep, I called it. John Wathan. You can see here's John Wathan in 81 and in 89. He was the manager of the Royals. John Wathan. Really cool. April Fools. Anonymous person got me. I thought that would be coming from Phoenix, Arizona. So it's John Wathan card. I'll have to forward that on to some Royals fan and make their day, hopefully. All right, let's do one more, and then I'll do my next division preview. This is from Joe Baumgarten. I believe Joe's a fellow teacher out on the eastern side of Pennsylvania. Let's see what we have inside here, if I can open this without bumping the camera over. Some older Pirates cards from 1955. These are nice old ones. Jake Theus, Al Aber. This is from 56. Roy Sievers, 55. Jim Finnegan. Carl Olson from 56. A nice Josh Hamilton relic, career high. 1044 OBP, really good. Josh Hamilton was an elite player for a few years. And a Mark McGwire rookie card. Really nice, Joe. I love this card. Joe knows me well. I love McGwire 85 Topps rookies. Also Barry Bonds rookies. Basically any of those good rookie cards from like 86 and before. I can't get enough of them. I could literally have 100 of this card and I'd be happy every single time I got it. Really nice Mark McGwire card. Thank you very much for that. I really appreciate that. Check out the back. Mark McGwire rookie card. Let's check out Joe's note. This is Joe, the Philly high school teacher and diehard Yankees fan. This is my 5th entry into your wonderful Fan Mail Friday series. I know you're backed up in responses, but appreciate the responses I've received so far and saved your note since I feel like it was written by a celebrity. What is your preseason World Series pick? That's a great question. We're going to be doing that right now. So far, I've got the Phillies winning the East. I'll go through the rest of those predictions later on this video. Joe's predicted the Yankees versus the Nationals. The Cardinals won after Pujols left, and I think the Nationals, with their young power and great pitching, can win without Bryce. I agree. I've got them in second place, so they're going to be breathing down the Phillies' neck. I also predict a combined 110 homers from Judge and Stanton, barring injuries. That's an average of 55 apiece. That's crazy. Yeah, if they're healthy, it could happen, especially playing, you know, the Orioles and the Jays. They might serve up a bunch, some younger pitchers there. As I continue to hunt down vintage cards, I picked up a few and thought you'd appreciate for your personal collection, and a couple of other items you may like or can put in the community chest. Definitely love that McGwire card you sent. I always appreciate newer Yankees cards. I've only been able to get the Yanks in one of your breaks. Someone always beats me to it. And if you have relics of any of these 80s players, Yount, Brett, Sandberg, Nolan, Ryan, Pocket Gwen Maddox, it would be much appreciated. I don't have any relics to any of those. I did have a Greg Maddux relic once, but I sent that to one of my Patreon patrons. They're a little bit hard to get, the older guys. You have to kind of buy those super high-end releases I think, what's the next one coming out? Like Topps Definitive Collection or something like that. It's like $1,000 a box for 8 cards. Tougher to get these Hall of Famers. He goes on to say that he'll be hitting stadiums once school ends in June, and he'll probably run into me in Cincy, Atlanta, or Cleveland, or Pittsburgh. I'd love to chat and treat you to some cheese fries. That's awesome, unless the stadium sells taco salads. Please also shoot me an email if you head to my second home, Yankee Stadium. Best wishes, Joe. Joe, thank you very much. I'll do my best to get a response out to you as soon as I get around to it. I'm probably just going to, whenever I get some free time, just sit down and just try to churn out as many responses to Fan Mail Friday as I possibly can. All right, next up we have the hardest division to predict from top to bottom, the National League Central. At the bottom, if you're a Reds fan, you're not going to be happy with me, but I've got the Reds last. The Reds were last year, but I think, of course, they are going to be better after picking up all those guys that they did, from Matt Kemp to Yasiel Puig to Sonny Gray to Alex Wood. This team has a lot of new blood. They just set the new all-time single-game record yesterday with like 44,000 people at Great American Ballpark. Unfortunately, though, I don't think their bullpen's strong enough, and I think the Reds are going to be upper 70s wins, but they're going to be just barely in last place. In fourth place, I've got the Pirates. The Pirates won 82 games last year. Unfortunately, I have the Pirates in fourth place. I don't think they're better than the Cubs, the Cardinals, or the Brew Crew. I do think the Pirates will be around 500 again. I love the Pirates bullpen. The Pirates have one of the top 10 best bullpens in the majors, as rated by ESPN or one of those networks. Their rotation is good as well. So the Pirates pitching is their strong suit. The top 5, Tyone could be a stud this year. Chris Archer, if he can regain his form that he was in Tampa Bay. Trevor Williams had a great second half last year, just an amazing earned run average. Joe Musgrove is solid, and in the 5th spot, Jordan Lyles, I don't know what we'll get out of that, but we will see. It's just the hitting I'm not so sure about. I don't know what Jung Ho is going to do this year. Jung Ho Gong at third base. I think he might hit 25 homers, but hit like 200. Adam Frazier is going to be playing full-time. Not really sure what he's going to do. He might hit 300. He might hit 250. Not sure. Josh Bell, what's he going to be at first base? Is he going to hit 12 home runs again, or is he going to hit 30 to 35 home runs like everyone expects him to? Eric Gonzalez is the starting shortstop. I don't know anything about him except the Indians gave up on him. Corey Dickerson will be solid. Starling Marte will be solid. Right field's a big hole. Lonnie Chisenhall just like fractured his finger, so he's going to be out for at least, I think, 2 months. Gregory Polanco's out for a couple months with that messed up shoulder. So, I mean, when you're starting center fielder J.B. Shuck on opening day, not really sure if the Pirates are going to be able to take first place. But that's being said, I could see them finishing in second place and pushing for the division. We'll see. I hope that they do. In third place, we have the St. Louis Cardinals. St. Louis Cardinals picked up Paul Goldschmidt in the offseason and extended him, so that was a really good signing. Not really sure if they're going to be able to surpass the Cubs and the Brew Crew, but I do think they will, be right around 85 to 87 wins. We'll have to see what happens with Carlos Martinez. He's got some shoulder issues going on right now, but we'll see about that. And then in second place, I've got the Brew Crew. Corey Knebel at the back end is possibly going to be getting Tommy John surgery. So for right now, I've got the Brewers in second place, which means the Cubs are going to be in first place, according to my preseason picks. Some of the Cubs players really underachieved last year, like Yu Darvish was just absolutely terrible. Wilson Contreras was pretty awful. Ian Happ got sent down to the minor leagues. Jason Hayward, I mean, he hit 270, but Jason Hayward was pretty bad. He's not worth the $184 million that he's getting paid or whatever he was. Jose Quintana came over from the White Sox. Everyone expected him to have like a 290 to 300 run average. He was pretty bad last year. 415, I mean, that's not terrible, but they were expecting a little more out of him. So if those guys can kind of rebound and come back to their career norms, the Cubs should have no problem winning about 90 games. And I think the Brewers will be right there with them, maybe like 89 wins or so, 88. I do think that if the Brewers would pick up Craig Kimbrell for their bullpen, I could see the Brew Crew taking over and leapfrogging the Cubs. So we'll see about that. But for my official preseason prediction, I'm going Cubs, Brewers, Cardinals, Pirates, and Reds. Let me know what you think in the comments, and let's move on to the next package. All right, our next package is from Jared Dickerson down in Puerto Rico. Jared, last time he sent me fan mail, it was a 1969 Topps Reggie Jackson rookie card, which was one of my favorite fan mail submissions of all time. Let's see what Jared has sent us on this fan mail Friday. Looks like we have a note, and then we have a printing plate of Daniel Norris. Check that out. Printing plates are really tough to get. I have pulled a couple in case breaks over the past few months, most recently a Josh Hader, but an autographed printing plate, that is pretty sick. And it's a 1-of-1. Check that one out. A 1-of-1 printing plate for Daniel Norris. That is very nice. Thank you very much, Jared. Really appreciate that. I think I only have like one other 1-of-1 in my collection, maybe two. So this is really nice to have another one. Super nice. Thank you very much. And we also have another Daniel Norris autograph card when he was with the Tigers from Chronicles Select. Another Daniel Norris and, whoa, Willie Mccovey rookie card. How about that? This is really nice, Jared. Thank you so much, man. Willie Mccovey rookie card. I was thinking about buying this down at Juniata Cards a while ago. My brother and I saw it. And it was 20 bucks, but it had a giant crease in the middle of it. And this was a card that I had really been wanting to get after getting the George Brett checked off my collection. I would like to get rookie cards of all the Hall of Famers eventually. And this one was one I needed. 1960 Topps Willie Mccovey. That is sick. Check it out. There's the back. Very nice card. Jared, thank you so much. I don't know where you got an awesome collection. I would love to see your collection if you have all these awesome rookie cards in there. That is super nice. Awesome. And then we got a Don Mattingly 84 Donruss. How about that? I was thinking about doing a Fan Mail Friday to look for this card. This is the only Don Mattingly rookie card that I'm missing. I have his 84 Topps and 84 Fleer, but not the 84 Donruss. This is like the hardest Mattingly rookie card to get. 84 Donruss is 84 Topps is pretty prevalent. Fleers can be found, but 84 Donruss is the card to get. Don Mattingly rookie card. So now I have all three of them. Thank you very much, Jared. That is awesome. Really appreciate that. These are two awesome cards. Check those out, guys. Jared, thank you so much. Some Pokemon packs for Olivia. I'll give these to her when she wakes up. Filming a little bit later tonight. I decided not to do a live stream because of the preseason predictions. Otherwise, we probably would have had a lot of discussions and it would have turned into like a 2 or 3 hour video for like 10 packages. And then we have a nice little package here of Topps Archives, Andy Van Slyke, Chris Archer, the 89 Topps Andy Van Slyke, which is the card that got me started. Antone Williamson. There's a Reggie Jackson 83 Fleer. Notice the cut job on that one, off center. That's still cool. And a Turn Back the Clock 89 Topps Hank Aaron card. Thank you very much, Jared, for these cards. I really appreciate it. Let's check out Jared's note. The note says, thanks for the great videos and breaks. Here's a few cards for your followers. The top loader cards are for your PC. I need you and your followers' help finding a few cards without breaking the bank. I'd like to send them out to PSA. So this is what Jared wants. An 84 Fleer update, Roger Clemens. And the remaining 2014 rookie cards for Mookie Betts to complete his collection. The one with camo borders out of 99. The black border out of 63. And the pink border out of 50. P.S. This year's baseball road trip will take place visiting the Tigers, Indians, Pirates, Reds in August with my dad. We've been doing this since 2008. I've seen all 30 MLB stadiums. Keep collecting and making great content. Jared, thank you very much. Hopefully I'll see you at the Pirates game. Just, you know, drop me a message before you go, and I can definitely stop by and say hi and meet you in person. If anyone has any of these rookie cards you'd like to send to Jared, Jared, just leave a comment down in the comment section and link up with someone down there and see if you can get those cards sent to you. Thank you once again for these awesome cards. Really appreciate these two rookie cards. Super, super awesome. All right, so now we're going to do the NL West. In last place, I've got the Arizona Diamondbacks. Diamondbacks weren't that bad last year. They're hovering around, you know, an 81 record. They're almost a 500 team, but now, you know, Goldschmidt's gone. Steven Souza's out for the year with a messed up knee. I really think that, you know, Zach Greinke's another year older, getting up there a little bit in age. I don't think that the D-backs are going to have enough to finish anywhere except in last place, unfortunately for them. I have the Giants in 4th place, but not by much. It was kind of like almost a coin toss between the Giants and D-backs. Giants were pretty bad last year. They do have Madison Bumgarner coming back. Hopefully he's healthy for the entire year this year. The Giants just seem to keep getting a little bit older. You know, Posey's been there forever. Longoria's older. Brandon Crawford's been around a little while. Gerardo Parra's been around a while. We'll have to see what Steven Duggar can do out in center field. He'll be interesting to watch. I think that D-backs and Giants, I mean, they could be interchangeable, but they will be at the bottom of the division. Pretty excited about the 3rd place team. The Padres I've got in 3rd place. They made a nice move this season by signing Manny Machado to a $300 million contract, so that is a huge pickup. Also, they got Fernando Tatis Jr. manning shortstop, which is super awesome. Really nice that he's going to have the full season to play in the major leagues. Hopefully, he just takes off and just becomes a superstar from the get-go. So I've got the Padres in 3rd place. I think the Padres will probably be right around a 500 team, somewhere in that range, plus or minus a few games. Next, I've got the Rockies. I've got the Rockies in 2nd place. Not by much, though. I think the Rockies are probably going to be the wild card, or one of the wild card teams. They did very well last year. You might remember they went the whole way to the NLDS. Anytime you have Nolan Arenado, Trevor Story in your lineup, Charlie Blackmon, those are some good players right there. Daniel Murphy, sorry, now that Daniel Murphy's at first base. He might hit 25 home runs playing in the thin air at Coors Field. Kyle Freeman as your ace has been a beast. Wade Davis at the back end. I think the Rockies are going to be good. And in spring training, there were 40-1 odds of winning the World Series. I mean, if I was a betting man, I would have probably put like, I don't know, $50 down on that. That seems like a pretty good odds. I mean, if you want to make some money. And in 1st place, I've got the Dodgers. They'll have Kyle Seager for a full year. A little bit worried about Clayton Kershaw and his shoulder. We'll have to see what becomes of that. Interested to see what Walker Buehler does this year. Could he win the Cy Young Award? I mean, he might be a finalist for it. I really think highly of Walker Buehler. So that's what I have for the National League. Now let's get to the next package, then we'll do the American League. Okay, this next package says a package of love, and it is from David B. So let's check out this. Inside, we have a note. Whoa, look at this. I was not expecting this. It's a baseball. A World Series base. Whoa. From 1994? Guys, there was no World Series in 1994 because of the strike. Is that what that says? 1994. How about that? The 1994 World Series was never played. Unfortunately, the strike on August 11th, 1994, canceled the baseball season, and the Montreal Expos, who were having their best season in franchise history, had their entire season wiped out. I mean, I want to open this and check it out, but there's a seal on it. Do you guys think I should open it or not? American League World Series ball. It's sealed, but I really want to see the ball. All right, the note says, I hope this small package of love finds you well. I just returned to the hobby last year, and I've been going through my collection. I noticed while watching YouTube videos that you enjoy collecting game-used baseballs during the season. Unfortunately, this ball was from a game that was never played, but I thought you would enjoy it anyway. It is an item that came from my private collection, and you can put it in your personal collection or do with it as you wish. I'm not asking for anything in return. I just love the hobby and sharing special and unique items with other people. Sincerely, David J. Bertolotti. What you do matters. David, that is really awesome. I have to open it up and check it out, man. Like, I know that I'm breaking the seal and it's probably going to like lose value, but I mean, I would not plan on selling it anyway. I just want to see it. I want to show everybody this ball. Check it out. A World Series ball from the World Series that never was. 1994 World Series. It'd be pretty cool to get one of the Expos to sign this ball. I do think the Expos would have won it all that year. They were just on fire. That team was stacked with Pedro, J. Martinez, Larry Walker. They were loaded. So thank you once again, David. Awesome package there, man. All right, let's do the American League now. We'll start with the American League West. All right, let's see. In last place, I'm going to have the Rangers. I don't think I need to really explain that too much. The Rangers are rebuilding. This might surprise some of you. I've got the Mariners in 4th place. Even though the Mariners are on pace to go 162-0 this year, they're 3-0 right now, leading all of baseball. They did make some moves, though. They're rebuilding a little bit. James Paxton was traded away. I'm not really sure how they're going to do with their rotation. Yusei Kikuchi might be good for a couple months, but after the league adjusts to him, I'm not sure what he's going to be like. Mike Leake, I'm not too confident about. Wade LeBlanc, I have zero confidence in. Felix Hernandez has not looked like King Felix for the past few years. Their offense looks pretty good. I think a breakout dark horse candidate for comeback player of the year is Domingo Santana. He might hit 30 home runs like he did a few years ago out in Milwaukee. Mitch Haniger's a great player. He should probably hit like 30 dingers. But overall, I see them in 4th place. We'll have to see. I'm just not sold on their pitching. Next up, in 3rd place, I've got the Angels with Mike Trout. Mike Trout just signed that $426.5 million 12-year contract. I really wish the Angels would be able to make the playoffs, but I just don't see it happening this year. Mike Trout might hit 40 home runs and be the MVP, but the team around him just is not good enough. Next up, in 2nd place, I've got the Oakland Athletics. They were a surprise team last year when they won 97 games. I don't think they're going to win 97 games again this year. I think they'll be good, but not, 97 wins good. Jesus Luzardo, he was on my fantasy team. He's injured. I don't know when he's coming back. He was projected to be a contributor in the rotation, one of the best young prospects in all of baseball. I do love Matt Olson and Matt Chapman, though. So Steven Piscotty had a great year last year. Chris Davis is going to hit 247 every year and hit you like 45 to 50 home runs. So I think the A's will be okay. I think they will win 85, 86 games and be in 2nd place. 1st place, don't really need to explain it too much. Houston Astros are going to be there in 1st place again. They're one of the big 3 in the American League. Astros, Yankees, and Red Sox. Houston, they won over 100 games last year. They'll probably be, I don't know if they'll be over 100 again this year, but we'll see. I mean, Lance McCullers Jr. is out for the year with Tommy John, but they still have Justin Verlander, Garrett Cole anchoring that rotation. They picked up Wade Miley this year. Their offense is really, really solid. Carlos Correa, I was hoping he was going to have a bounce-back year this year. I picked him up on my fantasy team with the 2nd overall pick. Unfortunately, he's having neck problems. Last year, he had back problems. So if he can be healthy for a full year, Carlos Correa could, be a comeback player of the year candidate as well, along with Santana. So that's my American League West. What's your American League West? Let me know in the comments. Next package. All right, this one is from Jake Hall. It's a nice little envelope here. Let's see what we have inside. We've got a couple Pokemon cards, which I'll throw in Olivia's stack. We also have a Mets card, a Carl Edwards Jr. We have an Ichiro card and a Cody Ross. So let me put, there's also a Ken Griffey Jr. tribute card in there. And an Adrian Beltre, Topps Chrome card. Beltre down on one knee, taking one of his signature giant cuts at the plate. Inside here, we have a little note that says, started watching your videos a few weeks ago, and I immediately fell in love. It is so interesting seeing what amazing cards you get. Great job at posting a video every day. That is how I know a YouTuber cares. I was wondering if you could send me any Detroit Tigers cards since I just started collecting baseball cards. Keep up the good work. Definitely, Jake. Detroit Tigers cards coming your way when I do your return letter. Thank you very much. But first we have one more package to do from Vaughn Blocker. Let's check it out. There we go. Got some packs inside, some team bags, and some 1993 Donruss on the top. Let's get all the packaging out of there, make sure we don't miss anything. All right, let's see what we have here. Oh, check this out. I've never seen these before. We got some Elsa cards. Elsa's going to love these. My 4-year-old daughter, Elsa, look at all these Elsa. She's going to be literally carrying these around all the time. Like, that's what she does. When she likes something, she will carry it around with her 24/7, sleep with it, eat with it, watch TV with it, jump on the trampoline with it. It will never leave her hand. I think that is going to be a really big win. Thank you very much for that. Got some Magic Kingdom cards. And in these team bags, we have some 93 Donruss and 92 Donruss. And also a Mike Piazza old rated rookie card. Actually, a few of those. Those are pretty cool. Pedro J. Martinez. It used to be called Pedro J. Martinez back then because there was 2 Pedro Martinezes. There was another Pedro Martinez on the Padres. Got some nice Hall of Famers here. And then some Pirates from 93. Pretty cool. Really like the Piazza and the Hall of Famers. And then we have Barry Bonds and some more Pirates from 92 Donruss. Another Barry Bonds from 93 Donruss. Andy Van Slyke. Used to buy lots. And 1993 was like the year that I bought the most amount of cards ever in my life. For myself. I mean, now I'm buying cases and cases each week for case breaks, but those aren't for me. Nope. Some more Clemens Sandbergs. I'd sent those to Tedster D, but he doesn't want the 90s Sandbergs from pre-96. Nolan Ryan, some decent card. Ken Griffey Jr. Chipper Jones rated rookie. A few of those. I could really make some Braves fans happy with those. Some Diamond King cards. Larry Walker, Bip Roberts, Cecil Fielder, Tewksbury, George Bell, Spirit of the Game. Frank Thomas, Spirit of the Game. Who's that? Kevin Gross, Spirit of the Game. No-hitter. Biggio, Polonia, and Bogg. So thank you for those cards. Let's check out this note. I think the big hit is going to be these Elsa cards for my 4-year-old. Says, hello, Jabs family. I am one of your subscribers who tries to catch your live feeds, except for Wednesday during Survivor. Well, you're in luck. Next week, I'm doing it on Tuesday because Wednesday I'm going to be busy. So Tuesday night break, we're doing Gypsy Queen. It's on sale now. Links are in the description. I commented in the chat one time about working at Disney and hating Frozen, if you remember that. I realized I was sitting on a few Disney items your kids might like. Also, you've got me busting older products like Donruss, looking for the elites, and I started putting any Pirates cards or rookie cards I pull in a stack for you. I am a Wade Boggs super collector, so if you ever come across anything serial numbered, no matter how common, or anything out of a new product, please keep me in mind. I also have a YouTube channel with non-baseball stuff for now, and would appreciate any subscribers. Thanks a lot and happy collecting. He doesn't list the YouTube channel, but might be his name, Vaughn Blocker. So Vaughn, thank you very much. I'll type that in and see if that's your YouTube channel. And hopefully we can all sub to you. But once again, thank you very much for the cards. And my daughter will absolutely love those Elsa cards. All right, time for my American League Central preview. The bottom 3 were kind of hard to do because, again, they're all going to be kind of like right neck and neck with each other, fighting for last place. In last place, I've got the Tigers. Even though they signed Josh Harrison and Jordy Mercer, I just think that the Tigers' pitching is not going to be good enough. Michael Fulmer's out for the year. I mean, Jordan Zimmerman had a great opening day, but, I mean, that's just one game out of 30. I do think the Tigers might lose. I think last year they almost lost 100 games. They'll be down there around like 90-some losses again. 4th place, I've got the Royals. Not too much to get excited about with the Royals with Salvi Perez being out for the year with Tommy John. I do like Whit Merrifield a lot. I like Adalberto Mondesi. I think Adalberto Mondesi might hit 20-some plus home runs and is going to steal you some bags. I don't think Billy Hamilton's really an answer. I don't know if Billy Hamilton will ever be what people thought he was going to be when he first came up, like a dynamic leadoff hitter stealing like 80 stolen bases a year. He just can't get on base. I mean, you can't steal first base. But Billy Hamilton's out in center field now. Also really interested to see what Brad Keller has to do. He had a great year last year, and hopefully he continues to take a step forward because I have him on my fantasy team. In 3rd place, I've got the White The White Sox are probably the best of those 3, but not by much. The The thing about the White Sox I'm most interested about is Eloy Jimenez is going to be playing the entire season, so I'll be looking forward to him and seeing how he progresses and maybe being a Rookie of the Year. You got Yonder Alonso as a new pickup coming over from the Indians. He's going to be a designated hitter. I hope Yohan Moncada can finally figure it out, because the guy was supposed to be like a 30-plus home run bat, but he strikes out like over 200 times a year easily. So I don't know. I think the White Sox will be okay. Out of these three, okay enough to be in third place. I could see them winning 70 to 73, 74 games, somewhere in the low 70s. Last year they did lose 100 games, so if they win 70-plus games, that would be a definite improvement. This next one's going to make a lot of you outraged. I've got the Indians in second place, which means I've got the Twins in first place. This is the hardest decision I've had to make. The Indians have been pretty much, you know, everyone kind of like, it's a foregone conclusion. The Indians are going to win the division, and no one else really has a chance in the Central. I don't think so this year. I do think that the Indians are one big injury away from, you know, not being able to win their division. Yeah, their starting rotation is one of the best in baseball. Kluber, Bauer, Carrasco, Clevenger, and Shane Bieber was pretty good last year, at least in the first half. If one of those guys goes down, or if they trade one of those guys, I mean, they were really trying hard to trade Kluber or Bauer in the offseason, which kind of, you know, made me scratch my head. I'm not really sold on Roberto Perez as an everyday starting catcher. Jason Kipnis hasn't been good in a few years. Jake Bowers is your starting first baseman. Besides Jose Ramirez and Francisco Lindor, what do you really have to be excited about? I mean, Carlos Santana, yeah, he's okay. He'll hit you like 20 home runs and get his walks, but I mean, your outfield is what? Greg Allen, Leonys Martin, Tyler Naquin, Hanley Ramirez, who got released and didn't even play for most of the year last year. If you look at the Indians lineup, not that great. I'm really not sold on the Indians. The Twins made some moves this offseason. The Twins lineup has a lot of power bats in it. Nelly Cruz coming over. He has the most home runs in the decade out of all the players that have played in this decade. Also, Byron Buxton might be, I'm talking about comeback players of the year, it might be him. He had a really awesome spring. I do think Buxton might finally fulfill his potential. He got sent down to the minors last year. He was so bad. Sano was really bad last year. Miguel Sano at third base. And Jonathan Scope was really bad last year. Those guys, if any of those guys even comes back and is half as good as their potential, the Twins are going to be, you know, a force to be reckoned with. I could see the Twins winning upper 80s games, maybe like 88 games, and the Indians winning maybe like 87 or so, somewhere in there. I think both are going to be in the upper 80s, but I do think the Twins are going to pull it out by maybe a game or two. It's going to be a really close race the entire way to the last game of the season. Let me know what you think in the comments. Am I crazy or not? All right, our final package on this Fan Mail Friday is from Mike Duer from down near Washington, D.C. If I'm not mistaken, Mike has sent us something before, and he is a Twins fan. And let's see what he has for us. Looks like there are a couple different packages. Well, a lot of different packages going on, actually. Gonna have to make sure I didn't miss anything. Down at the bottom, paper here to separate the packages and keep them from bouncing around while in transit. Looks like they're all wrinkled up, then making sure I don't throw a note away by accident. We've got open third, open fourth, open last, open first, open second. So a whole procedure here. Let's get started. I don't know if I should read the note first, because sometimes they have spoilers. It says, no need to read on air. So I'll read that after we're done here. And let's just get right to this and open these up, and then I'll do the American League East, and then I'll give you my playoff predictions for the 2019 season. Here we've got, speaking of Byron Buxton, just got done talking about him and his Twins. 2019, it looks like somebody bought the Twins in a 2019 case break. Oh, this is nice. This will really help populate my Twins collection. To send my Twins fans that request fan mail and say they love the Twins, I'll be able to send them some Jose Berrios and Buxton cards, Cole Stewart rookie cards. Very nice. Always like having these newer cards on hand. I feel like people like those better than you know, the junk wax cards. I really, when people send me junk wax cards from like the 80s and 90s, those are almost always going to get donated. We have open second, and we have, check this one out. It's a 1973 Topps card with Sparky Lyle on it. It's really, really badly off-center, but still pretty cool to have like a 73 Topps card. Always like my older cards. These are really off-center. Look how bad that was. Luis Melendez. You get like 3/4 of a Luis Melendez card, 3/4 of a Rudy May card, Randy Moffett, and Sandy Alomar. That's pretty funny. Those are really off-center. That's the way it was back in the day. Sometimes even in the 80s, we had cards that were pretty off-center. Not really to that extent, but it can happen. This says open third, so let's open it third. Inside here we have, oh, a Gary Redus 91 Topps graded card. That's pretty cool. Oh, it's a Desert Shield card. These are really, really hard to find. 1991 Topps Desert Shield. If you're looking for a junk wax card that's tough to find or has value, it's this set. Really hard to find. Very nice. Gary Redus. That's the first ever Desert Shield card that I've ever come across in my life. So thank you very much for that. That'll have to go in my personal collection for sure. All right, let's do the open fourth one now. Cut this open off the top here. And we have, oh, a 1939 play ball graded card. I don't think I have any of these. I can't remember. I might have one that someone sent me before, but this is awesome. 1939 graded play ball card. It's a 3, very good condition. You can see it looks like it's in good shape. There's no creases in it. I wonder why I got a 3. I know the corners are have a little touch on them, but still, that is in really, really good shape. Thank you very much for that, Mike. Gus Sir, 1939 play ball. 39? My dad wasn't even born yet. That is really old. 1939. That's awesome. And our last one, very last package on this Fan Mail Friday. Then I'll finish up my preseason predictions, and then you can comment what an idiot that I am and tell me your preseason predictions. And then come October, we can go back to the video and see who was actually right. Our last one is, it's another graded card. It is a 1967 Venezuelan Topps card. Another really tough one to find. Al McBean. Check that one out. It's a PSA 2 Venezuelan Topps. Check out the back. That is really nice. I was just talking about I wanted to find some more cards in Spanish. Wow, Al McBean. Very, very nice. Born in Charlotte. Bats and throws right. Height 1.8 meters and weight 82 kilograms. That's pretty awesome. 67 Topps Venezuelan cards. Very, very nice, Mike. Thank you so much for those cards. Some really cool oddball cards that I did not have. Definitely going in the personal collection. I really enjoyed all the cards that all of you sent. Thank you so much for all of your submissions. I really appreciate it. And now, before I go, I have to finish up the American League East and then give American League East, yeah, right. American League East and do my World Series predictions for you. All right. Bottom, we got the Orioles, of course, last place. They're probably going to lose 115 plus games. Then we got the Blue Jays. Only thing really to look forward to with the Blue Jays is Bo Bichette and Vladdy Jr. when he comes up. Then we got the Rays. I could see the Rays maybe winning, I don't know, mid-80s again. They were really good last year. They were a surprise team last year. Second place, I've got the Red Sox, your defending World Series champions. Yes, probably a lot of you are probably mad at me now because I don't have your beloved Red Sox in first place. But I'm a little bit worried about Chris Sale. He wasn't good at the end of last year. I really don't trust Rick Porcello. Nathan Eovaldi was great as a reliever, but can he do it as a starter? I don't know. Eduardo Rodriguez, not really sure. I don't know about the Red Sox. Dustin Pedroia is older. Steve Pearce is on the DL. I just don't know. I don't have a great feeling about them. Yes, Mookie Betts is one of the best players in all of baseball. I could see the Red Sox winning in the 90s. They're definitely going to be in the wild card game. But first place, I've got the Yankees. The Bronx Bombers, probably going to win upper 90s. Just love this team from top to bottom. Love Gleyber Torres and Miguel Andujar, as you know. Luke Voigt might have a breakout year this year. You saw him hit 2 home runs on opening day. Gary Sanchez could bounce back and hit 30 home runs. Maybe he'll hit over 200 this year, actually. I'm not sure. Troy Tulowitzki also looking to, recover from just a terrible last couple years. Didi Gregorius will be back to help at some point. The outfield with Aaron Hicks, Giancarlo Stanton DH. Those guys, as you saw, Joe said, he predicts they'll hit 110 home runs. I could see easily between the two of them, they at least hit 90 combined home runs, 45 apiece or thereabouts. But I love the Yankees' chances this year. I've got them winning the AL East. So now let me put my playoff brackets together for you. Playoff brackets, we got the Astros and Twins, number 2 and 3, against the number 1 team. Yankees are going to play the wild card winners here. I'm going to probably make some more people mad. I'm going to take the Indians to win the wild card and bump off the Red Sox. Okay, so Indians get a little bit of revenge on the Red Sox. Out of these two, I've got the Yankees advancing. I've got the Astros advancing to the ALCS. This is going to be a really great matchup, but I've got the Yankees going to the World Series from the American League. National League's a little bit harder. I've got the number 2 versus number 3, Phillies versus Cubs. I got the Dodgers having the best record with, probably only 91, 92 wins, because these other divisions are so good, the Phillies and Cubs divisions, that they're going to beat each other up, and they're probably going to win upper 80s games, and that's going to leave the Dodgers with an opportunity to get the best record, be the number 1 team. Wild card teams, I got the Rockies and the Nationals. I've got the Nationals taking it over the Rockies in the wild card, leaving us with these 4. I've got the Phillies advancing, knocking off the Cubs, and I've got the Nationals advancing, knocking off the Dodgers. Out of these 2 teams, it's going to be a great NLCS, but I've got the Phillies going to the World Series. Phillies versus Yankees in the World Series. Your World Series champions? Taking the Yankees, guys. Let me know what you think. Leave your comments or your predictions in the comments, and I'll read them, and we'll check back in October to see who's right. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow for a subscription Saturday when I open a subscription box of Dugout Crate. Elsa baseball card? Do you like it? Is Elsa wearing a dress?
She said dress.
She's wearing a dress. You like that dress. You got an Elsa dress on yourself, huh? Say goodnight.